Greetings, people. It's Mr. PDT yet again on another episode of the Enlightenment series. First of all, I want to commend the Ghanaian police force for holding a very tight grip on the miscellaneous behavior and mischievous behavior of the pulpit bandits in the nation of Ghana, of holding these prophetic mafias, charlatans, and these wolves in sheep's clothing on a very tight leash. Before the year ended, the previous year ended, the Ghanaian police force made it clear to these false prophets masquerading as servants of God in the nation of Ghana that they must refrain from giving prophecies of doom or from prophesying about things that they cannot back up. If any one of them had to give a prophecy and it does not come to pass, they face the danger of being sent to prison. It's now a criminal offense in Ghana to give prophecies that do not manifest, which is very ethical because some of the prophecies that the DGOs and these charlatans have been giving have been causing panic. The late TB Joshua prophesied so many wrong things. The president of America is going to be Bill Clinton. All those never came to pass. Oh, this COVID, virus, this flu that came was going to go away in 14 days. It never happened. Chris Oyakilomi, another charlatan from Nigeria, has been relating to this flu as a 666 kind of a thing, as 5G, something that had nothing to do with the flu. Another one from Zimbabwe called Makandio. Let me not go deeper into these charlatans. Let's just stay on the surface of the topic of the conversation. But before we talk about the Ghanaian prophets, let me just nibble on our favorite one from Wari. I saw a very funny video. Omoto Fofein's case has become a mental case. Jeremiah Omoto, I don't believe that he's operating in his sober senses. If Omoto is not on the influence of something that is very strong, I do not know if they are drugs or anything, or even if it's marijuana or weed or nyaope. Omoto Fofein is on another level. His level of Yahoo cannot be measured with any other charlatan in the world. There's a video that I saw. He was calling up people to the altar for healing. It was a healing session, healing and deliverance session. When he was calling out people that he wanted to heal, there's always a group of people that he has paid to come to the front so that he prays for them. And amongst them, there's also a legit group of people in the very same crowd that has not been paid, that came to this shrine after they saw the RNGs on TV. There's a system in which these people work. If you go to any of these prophetic shrines, those ones who have serious and real and legit medical conditions, they'll never be prayed for. They'll never be brought to the front. True disabled human beings are never brought to the front. All the ones that you see being brought to the front, all those are paid actors. The ones that you see raising from wheelchairs, all of them are paid actors. The case is different when a legit one, a real one, comes to the front. Why do I say so? Watch this short video.
I know I brought these people, but I'm ready for other team again, or not? Oh no. Oh no. I was in the action, but the thing don't go. The grace, we have grace of healing, grace of enter into the mood. The mood change. This is settling home now. Prophetic is his own grace, deliverance, his own grace, healing. But this grace has gone now, just now.
So according to Omoto Fofein, the grace of deliverance had gone. It had vanished. It had disappeared at the very instant when he was confronted with the real situation. The drugs that Omoto takes, if it's weed, it went just now, it just went, it disappeared just now. Now there are real sick people that need real deliverance. The grace ran away. after he had delivered more than 10 people. Now the ushers made a mistake. They brought real people with real medical conditions, real disabled ones, which Omoto cannot deliver. And Omoto had to say, there's a grace of prophecy. There's a grace of healing. And I'm no longer in the mood. The mood has changed. And the grace of deliverance and healing has left. It has gone now. Because these are real people that need serious deliverance, that need real deliverance. And the grace, all of a sudden, it ran away. It went away. That's Omoto for fame for you. It's not just Omoto for fame. I'm sure the ushers who brought these disabled people to the front for prayers are going to be terminated, or they are going to be sanctioned or fired from their positions of being ushers. Because how can they bring real patients who need real help to Jeremiah Omoto for fame when Jeremiah Omoto for fame does not have power to heal anyone? Omoto for fame, all he can do is to buy people to be sick, buy people to be disabled, buy people to be on clashes. And when they come to the front, they have to act as if they have been delivered. So help me understand how the grace of deliverance just disappears when you're confronted with a real situation. And this is not only on Omoto for fames, it is on each and every African charlatan. They can't deliver anyone. Anyone you see in African, my people, I can challenge all African prophets who claim to have the power of deliverance and healing. I will bring them just two sick human beings on wheelchairs, to your enanches, to anyone whom you have ever seen parading on the pulpit with wheelchairs and clashes that they have delivered people. I can challenge them today. I'll only bring two that have real physical conditions. And I can guarantee you one thing for sure. They will never be able to deliver anyone. Because they cannot deliver anyone. They don't have that power. Anyone that you have ever seen being delivered by an African prophet, bishop, apostle, or whoever, it's a stage managed sin. There's no power there that has been transferred. I've seen Enenche parading with clashes. Enenche has no power of healing. He can't heal anyone. Chris Oyakilome does not have power of healing. He can't heal anyone. Jeremiah Omoto, let's not talk about Omoto. Let's talk about the others that have branded themselves so well, that have convinced the general public that they have powers to do healing. The Makandiwas, they can't heal anyone. Mangaya, these native doctors, they can't heal anyone. Bushiri, he can't heal no one. TB Joshua, he couldn't heal anyone. Anyone, everyone you have ever seen being paraded in these shrines during their healing sessions are all paid actors. In Nigeria, everything is doable. Alf Lukao, the one who resurrected Elliot, he buys wheelchairs and brings them to the altar and convinces masses that he has healed masses. If you check on the condition of these wheelchairs, you realize that most of them are new, brand new. The clashes, you realize that most of them are brand new. I say this again and again and again, my people. No one, no African prophet, apostle, or anything can heal anyone. I'm not doubting the power of God. I'm not. But I'm saying these ones that you all know, that you all celebrate, they do not have any power to heal anyone. They cannot heal anyone. I don't know how much I have to emphasize on this point so that our beloved who are in the overseas, who have medical conditions, who are tempted to be flying into Nigeria for healing and deliverance, you're wasting your time. Who are buying anointed waters, anointed wristbands for healing and deliverance, you're wasting your time and you're putting your health at risk. Because most faith-believing people, faith-healing believing people, once they buy these anointed materials, they start substituting their medication for these anointed materials. But what happens in the end? They lose their lives. And the reason why we do not know about those cases, the families barely bring it to the public to talk about it. But this is the truth, my people. If you can do an audit of all the people that have been healed by African prophets, by Nigerian prophets, by Paul Enenche, by Jeremiah Omoto, by Shepherd Bushiri, by TB Joshua, by Chris Oyakilome, by Arome Osai. I'm disappointed in Arome Osai. And the reason why I'm disappointed in Arome Osai is because now he's starting to tread on this level, on this terrain of charlatanism. He's now doing prophecies. He's now catching witches in some of his ministrations.
There is a witch here. Let me give you an advice. Because I've seen you already. And because I've seen you, you can't go free. If you walk out of this place without coming to me now, I will pass a judgment. So there's a witch here. Come to me. If you come, we'll go to Jesus. We'll repent. I pray for you. The yoke will be broken and you'll be free. So, but if you leave without coming, I will pass judgment. In 21 days, you will see the judgment come to pass. So, come. I am at peace. I'm not fighting. But you must come. Come. I give you 12 seconds to come to me.
He's now doing healing and deliverance. A man who was greatly supported and, admired by masses, that he stands for the truth. Now he has fallen in this business of charlatanism, because the business of charlatanism pays far much more than staying on the truth, on the lane of the truth. I was making a point that if you do an audit of all people, all patients, all disabled that have been healed by any of these preachers, by any of these prophets, by any of these charlatans, any of these DDGOs, from Oyedepo to Adeboye, if you do an audit of the people that they have delivered from wheelchairs or clutches, you realize that there is no single trace of a single one of them. Those people, they are not known from any point of departure. No one knows them. They come from nowhere. These people are being taken from the outskirts of towns, from remote areas. There is actually an agency in each and every city who has these connections of these people that are in outskirts, who have no access to internet whatsoever. We have no access to Facebook, to YouTube, to Twitter, to TikTok, to Instagram, to any of these digital platforms. We have areas, remote areas like that. That's where they go and recruit them and teach them and promise them a small token after they perfect their act on the stage. If you know a single person who was healed in any of these shrines, who was a disabled from birth or who became disabled during the course of their life, bring them out. Let's see them. You never hear about where these people are coming from. After service, you never see them. You never trace them. They do not know anyone. Do you think in this digital era, we could not have heard several testimonies of people who know someone, who know certain people who were healed in these shrines? By now, do you think we could not have been having those kind of testimonies? How many people has Bushiri healed and delivered from wheelchairs? How many people has Alfred Cow delivered from wheelchairs? How many people has Paul Enenche delivered from clutches and wheelchairs? How many? Oyedepo, how many has he delivered from clutches and wheelchairs? Adeboye, what do you call this? Jeremiah Omoto, Johnson Suleiman, how many have they delivered from wheelchairs? And don't try to tell me that these people, they just don't want to come to the public and give testimonies. These people don't even have access to Facebook. These people were just recruited from remote areas. If these people were not recruited, if they saw Paul Enenche on their Facebook, definitely on their Facebook, they should also be posting about their testimonies. But you can do researches, you can Google any keywords on these search engines. You'll never find a single person who was healed by these charlatans. Never. It's impossible, practically impossible. That's just an eye-opener to all of you who have been fellowshipping and going in. Some of you are disabled, you're watching me and you have been expecting your breakthrough ever since you started going to these churches. And you're thinking that God does not love you because you have not yet been located. It's not because you have not yet been located or God does not love you. It's simply because they will never pick you up from the audience or from the congregation because they know they can't change your situation. They know they can't heal you because your situation is real. If they really had powers, they would be going in hospitals to just showcase to us that they can do it. They will be going in the streets and meet random people and deliver them just to prove it to us that they can do it, but the only arena where this power of theirs can manifest is on their altars, when they have brought in the people with whom they have paid. It's very funny when they go to hospital, they go to do charity, they go to give away blankets. In hospital where there are people that really need deliverance, that really need to be healed, they go and give blankets and go back to their shrines. It's when they're at their shrines, they'll start calling for people to come for deliverance. Some of this scam is too just basic for people to be manipulated. I don't even see how people end up believing in these 419s, in these charlatans. So that is it with Jeremiah Omoto. I don't even know how we ended up exhausting much time talking about this area of deliverance, but I believe it's very important for you, my people, to understand and to also connect dots and understand that this has been a scam for a very long time. So let's jump into the Ghanaian situation.
As the year 2022 comes to an end with just 2 days left on the calendar, somewhere in West Africa, Ghana to be precise, there has been a warning call to all end-of-the-year prophets and their prophecies. Ghana police have issued a warning on the ban of alarmist new prophecies, or New Year prophecies as they say, saying that those found culpable will be penalized.
Well, the police had last year banned New Year prophecies in churches, describing them as misleading, stating that such prophecies were capable of causing panic and more likely to endanger lives.
In Ghana, the police has reiterated that prophecies must not be communicated that have anything to do with doom. I see this, it's restricted. The Spirit told me that it's restricted. So I'm just going to read a very short paragraph. It's an entire document. It's an entire press release, a statement that was given by the Commissioner of Police to hold these Ghanaian prophets on a tight leash. Because if these ones are not controlled, I'm telling you, the consequences that we will suffer in future will be detrimental. So in his press statement, he said, I'll just read maybe 1, 2, 3 paragraphs so that we do not consume much time analyzing the document, because it's clear and it's simple. The read goes, police reminder on illegal communication of prophecies. The commissioner goes, a year ago today, December 27, 2021, the Ghana Police Service drew the attention of the general public, general members of religious community to the law regarding the communication of prophecies and urged compliance to the law to ensure continuous security and law and order in the country. That was the first point in the statement. Let me jump to the one that interests me, which is number 5 and 6. As the year of 2022 draws to a close, I wish to once again entreat the general public, especially faith-based groups, to ensure continuous compliance with the law as it relates to the communication of prophecies. Let us continue to remember that whereas we have the right to practice our faith in religion, freedom of worship and speech, this right must not be exercised in violation of the rights of others and the public interest. The Commissioner of Police is just making it clear that we do not want to hear any form of prophecy from you people, because we know you people are big liars. And if you do an audit of the entire 2022, Ghanaian prophets have been on their best behavior. None of them has given a prophecy about what's going to happen or what is happening. They have been zipped. Which is something that I'm looking forward to all African states to absorb and also start, practicing. Law enforcement agencies in different African states, I hope they enact this legislation as well. Forget about these constitutions that gives our people freedom to religion. What is being practiced now, it's detrimental to our people. It's dangerous to our people. This is not the religion that I believe when they signed in the constitutions is what they thought would be the outcome of it. This is a disaster that we have today. The prophets we have today, the pastors we have today, the system of charlatanism that we have today, it's very dangerous. And if we do not get these law enforcement agencies, interfering with this system, our people are going to be left worse off. So with that being said, I'll check you out on the next episode of the Enlightenment series. You let me know what you think in the comment section below. It's Mr. PDT. I'm out.